Hi there and welcome back to the early Middle Ages and to our new King Bragi of Nidaros. Yeah, we had chest pains for too long as King Scrungles. These chest pains finally got us. We are now the brave King Bragi. Bragi the Brave, as we're called, the rough terrain expert and tough soldier. We are brawny, scarred, wroth, and brave and charitable, so we're a good... We have all things that we need to be a hero. We have taken the old Queen Ambuse as a concubine already to make sure that we are respected also from other sides. Then we have a new concubine called Hala. She's lowborn, but she's a genius. And maybe we're speculating on some genius daughters. Then... we have only 3 out of 6 lands, so definitely aiming for Subme. And also, we're not in a society yet. But the wolf warriors would fit us perfectly, right? So, why not join? The wolf warriors. Bodil of Holland of the Wolf Warriors greets me with a brief nod. Another recruiter to join our ranks. You need to prove yourself, boy, the woman says gruffly, folding her arms across her chest. You'll be fighting one of our own. Still interested, my lord? I'll gladly fight to prove myself, because we're brawny and we're brave. We'll definitely do that. Oh, we have a new heir? Gudrodr the Blushing, okay. Bodil the Feeble. And the Wolf Warriors have chosen Tosti as my opponent. Could be better, but he's a holy warrior. The staunch man eyes me up and down when we are introduced. Fresh me day, he offers mockingly before shoving an elbow into my side, making everyone laugh. A demonstration duel, oh? I was holding my wooden staff in front of me, locking eyes with Tosti. The crowd began to whisper as my opponent fidgeted awkwardly with his weapon, his face growing paler. I thought he was about to faint. The man started running away from me. Well, that was easy. Wow. Oh, look, our son is respected as our heir. For a moment, worrying reports have reached you regarding your martial sick trick. It seems he has been using your soldiers to extort money from the peasantry in Nidaros. What? Now, how many men does he have? 2k. We have been waiting. We have been waiting to get him down. Righteous imprisonment, a 47% chance. Now, the chief of Uleaburg means she is here, right? And now that we know he's here... yeah, we don't have a higher... okay, that makes sense. And we don't really... think... yeah, we were waiting for something to get rid of him. The ill ruler, I mean... he has forfeited his office. He's no longer marshal for us. Which means we need a new marshal. And... let's see. Yeah, I think we're going to take Arni now, the Marquis Mother of Nidaros. He's pretty good. At this, and he should try to arrest him. We have only a 36% chance of success. And I think, yeah, we have a new title available, a new commander. It should also be clear before that. And we're gonna choose Sturkar because he's just so good. An old, experienced warrior. And we will go and try to imprison Sigtryg, the ill ruler, because we are convinced he's also plotting against us. My guards failed to capture Sigtryg, who has now raised his flag in rebellion. And now we can call in all of our vessels. Let's see. And we'll do that because that's really a big war. Call to arms, Einar, Sunni, Gudrodder, Irva, Sylvie, Bo, Gudrodder of Kainu, and Gudja Victis. Okay, we cannot call her to arms. To arms! There we go. And now our personal tribes. Nidaros, Herdedal, we have 425, that's not bad. Sorry, and we have Naumadal. Let's unite here. Or rather, let's unite here in Sweden somewhere. Yeah, he also seeks to fabricate a claim, which is also high treason. So let's move. To the valiant King Bragi of Nidaros. I'm told you did not receive a single scratch during your initiation. That is the kind of impressive fighter we would be honored of sitting at our table. You are hereby humbly invited to join our ranks. Finally. And we have our vassals ready to become brothers in arms. Maybe I should write a letter to Queen Gunhilda to try to convince her of my good intentions. That could work. It could. Queen Gunhilda wrote me back informing that she has taken notice of my interest in her friendship and reciprocates vividly. That's good. It's pretty good. Look, Uleaborg is already under siege. That's our army now. What do we have? What can we do? We're rough terrain expert. We're brawny. I mean, we should be at the middle of this, really. And on the side, we want to have Arnie, I think. The Lightfoot leader. Go! Wait, what? There's the army of Gudmund of Olerborg. A peace offer. We surrender under these terms. Sigtryg is imprisoned. Oh, we're at... okay. On the other hand, we'll just enforce the demands. The revolt against the rule of King Bragi of Nidaros has ended. King Bragi of Nidaros won. He's now imprisoned. Our mother-in-law Gunhilde Gute died a natural death. With only 52. That's terrible. Arle of Nordland seeks to kill Berislav Gnupperson. And let's see about these known plots. That's our kinsman as well. That's our cousin. Chief of Nordland wants to kill a kid. Come on. That is not honorable. Orle will not accept your offer. Maybe we should assign a guardian to this guy. Someone to protect him from our harm a bit. Good intrigue. And yeah, Arnfast, the court tutor. So we won. We can now revoke a title from him. The council will vote no. Because I think the council is still discontent for 5 months. So we'll need to wait for that. We're marching back. We can hold a great blot. Sigtryg is complaining about his dark cell in the dungeon. Well, I shall be merciful. But do you know, a great blot could be perfect. A really perfect... because look who's in our dungeon. And we have to clear out our dungeon a bit before that. Let's see, why is Hafrid in here? She's 14 and a Catholic. We could ransom her to Bragi of Finnveden. Let's just release her. We cannot pay that. We have Gyrid, the lunatic. She's really dangerous, I mean... What has she done? She's just in the dungeon, just like this. Alver, Sunnis dot here. She's a Catholic. Can we ransom her? Not really. Temperate, trusting, stubborn, and a homosexual. Mastermind, theologian. Terrible at intrigue. She could be an interesting concubine when we release her. We should just release her and test that out, because she could be a good influence. Or would she? Probably not. I mean, she's a Christian, so maybe it will appease the gods if we sacrifice her. Then we have, we have Gyrid the lunatic. We have Sigtryg. We could ransom him, but I think not. Now the thing is, his heir will be us. And so I think we're gonna hold a great blot here. We've sent out summons to all of our vessels for the plot. Those that have been baptized or profess to follow the teachings of the prophet will have to offer gold to be exempted from this magnificent feast. I can hardly wait. Yeah, let's celebrate this win against that usurper, our former marshal. The guests have arrived, and the time has come for the blot to begin. You gather outside the temple and start by offering animals as sacrifice to the gods. While their meat is prepared for the feast that is to follow, the blood is sprinkled on statues of Odin, Thor, Freyr, and the other gods, as well as on the worshippers themselves. Now for the human sacrifice. Sigtrygg is brought up from your dungeons and escorted to the temple. A noose is placed around his neck, and the rope is thrown over a sturdy branch of a nearby oak. A small yellow pool forms at Sigtrygg's feet. All-Father, we offer you this sacrifice. It's going, yeah, that's why the ship is burning. There was that imagination that they are traveling with a ship over the seas to the beyond. And no one knew what was there. That was very old. That was even before these marks of the halls of heroes came. Was that belief of the ships? Because yeah, there were also like settings of stones on the ground for ships, even when ships were not that important militarily before the Viking Age. But of course they had ships because there's coast everywhere, right? King Bragi of Nidaros has inherited the chiefdom of Oleaborg from Sigtrygg the Ill Ruler. Yeah, that happens to our enemies. Gyrid is brought up from your dungeons and escorted to the temple. She's a lunatic. She's a dangerous lunatic, probably. Because of that, she's incarcerated, we think. Oh, she's okay. Her liege is the High Chief Högne of Ostrogothia. Well, whatever. All-Father, we offer you this sacrifice. It would seem she has accepted her fate, so she is probably going to what is better for her as a lunatic. Alver, the last one, the Christian, the chaste Christian, and she was probably a missionary here, brought up from your dungeons and escorted to the temple. As the noose is placed around her neck, she steadies herself and murmurs several passages that you recognize as being from the Christian holy book. Where is your blessed virgin now, Alver? She dies at well. The sacrifice over, the feast at the end of the blot can now begin. The meat of the animals that were sacrificed has already been prepared, and there's plenty of meat to go around. Let the celebrations begin. Let's dissolve the unit for now. We don't need to be in field here. Oh look, we also inherited a lot of money. We should invest in a technological advance as well. Can we go for? We can go for a military advance, and of course military is something that we really like. Is there something we like best? We're a tough soldier, rough terrain expert. I mean, light infantry still is the bulk of our army. And so we're going for light infantry, I think. And siege equipment would increase our siege speed. Military organization would increase the morale of armies and our global supply limit and our retinues. Would be cool. Heavy infantry would improve the heavy infantry. I mean, we like the heavy infantry and probably the military organization. So, if our culture advance is coming, and what would he be about? That's the question. He's charitable, so maybe churchish. Brawny. I mean, the most important thing to him is probably his vassals. And these are nobles, feudal vassals, and so. That or legalism would be good. We would like to see our son. So we'll go for legalism as our successor. We need another herdman. Oh, yeah. There was that. We could go for Sölvi, Chief of Jan Bereland, or Dag, our counselor. Dag is just much better. So we have legalism now. This means we could try to improve the centralization a bit. The realm is somewhat decentralized and can effectively handle several vassals. We have supporters and we have undecided ones, and revoke titles we have more opponents. So we'll go for low centralization. We'll just hope that that is enough. And that is also enough for this episode. In the next episode, we're going to wait until the council is not discontent anymore. And we're going to look at what we can improve with all the funds we have. Maybe we can increase our retinues to the maximum size. That would be what a warrior king would do. And then we could aim for further countries. I mean, our council is discontent, but that says something. So, have a great time until then, and happy gaming. This is Immanuel signing out.